Hey guys, it's Tim coming at you with an all-new video for this week. Rampage. Though some modern gamers may not be as familiar with the series due to it going stagnant in recent years, with its latest release, Total Destruction, coming out in 2007, those who grew up in the 90s and frequented arcades remember this relatively simple game fondly. It allowed you to unleash your inner animal and just go wild, unleashing as much destruction as you could. Though it seems Hollywood has taken notice of the game, as a trailer is dropped for a new film based on the game set to be released in April of this year. If you're familiar with the games, you probably noticed that they've taken some liberties with the source material. First of all, let's talk about what the game is about. In the game, you have the choice to play as George, a King Kong-like gorilla, Lizzie, a Godzilla-like anthropomorphic lizard, and Ralph, a similarly anthropomorphized giant blue wolf. Due to the machinations of Scum Labs, 3 have mutated into these giant creatures, and in the initial game, they rampage across North America, ending in a different part of the same state they began in, Illinois in the arcade version, and California in the home versions. This general layout seems to be intact for the movie. An evil lab causes a mutation that leads to a giant ape, wolf, and reptile going on a rampage, seemingly starting in Illinois. However, this doesn't mean that there haven't been changes as well. The first major one being the inclusion of Dwayne Johnson as a primatologist named David Okoye, who acts as the human protagonist of the movie, giving the audience an unambiguous hero to follow. Here's the thing though, the games didn't need another human protagonist because of the most major change the trailer makes. George, Lizzie, and Ralph in the games weren't initially animals. They're mutated humans who transformed into giant animals. George was mutated by an experimental vitamin, Lizzie by a radioactive lake, and Ralph by food additives, all created by Scum Labs. In the movie, it seems that they all started as the animal they initially are, with George being raised by Davis since he was 2 and stumbling across a gas canister that mutates him. Again, this was likely done so that the film would have a hero in Davis, as the games are about the player causing as much destruction as possible to innocent cities and people to move on to the next stage, and going up against a morally bankrupt corporation. Plus, it avoids the whole cannibalism angle, as one of the main features of the game is the ability to pick up soldiers and civilians and eat them. There's also several aesthetic changes between the Rampage game and trailer. George isn't silver in the games, he's brown, and Ralph and Lizzie, at least from what we see in the trailer, aren't anthropomorphic, they're just larger versions of whatever animal they started as. Ralph also isn't blue, though to that end, the promotional art for the first game had him gray as well, and Lizzie wasn't a crocodile in the games either. The trailer also victimizes the 3 more than the games ever did. They were still victims, but as humans, later games showed that they could still rationalize and target specific areas, meaning that at some level, the trio, like the player, just chose to destroy everyone and everything in front of them. The games were just slocky fun, though the tone of the trailer doesn't make it clear how the film will compare. The trailer has its dramatic moments, but also some campy lines from The Rock and the main evil scientist. Only time will tell. But even without it, it's clear that the film will have many differences from its source material. Whether or not these are for the better remains to be seen. But I'll turn it over to you guys. What do you think of the changes that the trailers have made from the games? Let us know down in the comments below. But that'll do it for this one. So until next time, this has been Tim from the Hybrid Network, signing out. Hey guys, thanks for watching, but if you want to take your support to the next level, consider subscribing to us and clicking that bell so you can know when a new video goes up, follow us on our website to get the latest news and editorials, and if you want to see our videos get better, consider supporting us on Patreon.